What's the homeless problem like in Vancouver? Have you seen it firsthand? Like I've seen
Yes,
videos and
I lived
stuff.
in Vancouver. Yeah, I live in Vancouver, and I have a lot of videos still on my channel from 7, 8, 9 years ago when I lived there. We did a Vancouver is Dying little segment series back, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago, and then we did BC is Dying, and now that they've legalized all the hard drugs, it's crazy, guys.
It's gotta
It's
be so crazy. They legalized like heroin, no?
I
Can
think it
I
was
tell
like
you,
a, yeah, they
What's
said
going on
basically
here?
in BC, or is it just in Vancouver? What is it?
British Columbia did, and Ontario is doing it in the next
What the
week or two.
fuck? You see, weed is a gateway drug. Like they open up with the weed, and next thing you know, heroin's legal everywhere. What's going on in this country?
D, I got a story I want to share with you. You're gonna like. It's one. It's this is up D's alley story.
All
Okay.
right, all right.
Oh,
I'm opening up my door, my store, in the front door. I'm just getting my stuff. I have a few things with me. A guy in a very pimped out SUV slows his vehicle down, rolls his windows down, and he says, "Hey," and he's with a good looking woman beside him, and he says to me, "Hey, where can I get some blow?" And I'm like,
What?
I don't know. Is come on, it's legal now. You could tell me, give me a number. I'm like, I don't do drugs. So I'm opening so he stood there, double parked in traffic, say, come on, give me a number, man. And then I'm like, I don't know anybody. I don't do drugs. So then the guy sped away and peeled out his tires.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What's going on,
true
TK?
story, Daryl. Why was that up Daryl's alley? Just
Why?
so I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. I just wanted to
What?
I just want to know
What does Mike know about me?
because he drove
I'm
he
just
drove a
joking,
nice car.
guys.
That's what it was. He drove
Was
a nice
it
car. So
peeling off like an asshole part?
Good looking
What?
woman.
Good looking
good looking woman.
All right.
There you go. All right.
Thank you.
Fair enough.
I'll live
Touche,
with that.
touche.
I'm good with
Yep.
that. Thank you.
So, Mike, we want to know, like, what else have you been saying? Because it's been a while since we talked to you. So what else has started to happen now with the economy and with the markets that you've been talking about for a long time that maybe we haven't touched on?
So I've been I mean,
Gosh.
I have a thing on YouTube is kind of nice in a way because they still have that magnifying glass up. So you could go to the magnifying glass and search across a channel.
Mhm.
And when you go to my channel and you search across inflation, the stuff I was talking about 8, 9, 10 years ago is horrendous. The food hauls I was bringing in was, I couldn't believe what we were already paying for food. And then there's one video on there that really stuck out to me that really got to me, and it really played me hard, was for the longest time in early 2010, 11, and 12, the reason why the price of food was skyrocketing was because the price of oil was going over $120 a barrel. So they had to obviously tell people the price of transporting the food, producing the food, manufacturing, and all logistics is going to go up because oil's going up. And generally speaking, you would say, yeah, you know what? They're right. Yeah, the price of oil's going up. But then a few months after, I got the video up on the around that date when it happened, the price of oil almost hits $20 a barrel, but the price of food still kept going up. So they couldn't use that narrative of price of oil keeps going up, so food needs to go up. So they've been hitting us hard with food for a long time. And that's something I've been seeing. And I keep saying in some of the videos, I've been saying wages need to keep up with inflation, and wages were not keeping up. And private sector is having a tough time because to pay the public sector or public servants, you need to tax more of the private sector. Now, this is very interesting. In 2021, 2022, you could reference it, don't quote me on it, but of 2021, 22, Canada created a couple of 100,000. I think you guys referenced this on your channel too. A couple of 100,000 jobs, but they were all public sector jobs.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say before is like, not only do you have this public sector on strike looking for like 20% plus more in their salaries, but you have like 20% more of them looking for 20% more, right? It's
why do major hiring boom.
And why? Like we hired all kinds of people so they could go work from home and pretend to work, and now we're going to pay them even more money to not even do a commute, to not even need a vehicle, right? Yep. To not come into the office and not to do anything. Like TK, I don't know about you. Mike, definitely not you, but like you go into Scarborough City Hall right now, it's a ghost town. Nobody works there.
Nobody's there.
Nobody is in there. There's like a security guard,
phone number,
and people walking around, and nobody knows what to do. And not that like the grass is overgrown, the concrete's all cracked. It looks like apocalyptic, right? But and meanwhile, like they're on strike because they need better conditions, I guess, to work in than their living room. Like, what do we have to do?
They don't want to be
buy
forced
them
back to work.
We got to buy
the
them
main
a
point is that
family house
they don't want to come back into the office. They want to stay from home.
and
Just
more
quickly
money.
before we go too far into other stuff, Mike, what is the reason that food prices are going up? Tell me.
Well, because I could bring it up here on it's in one of my titles. Actually, bring it up, and it was
No, we don't share screens anymore. It's too much editing for me.
It's not because of the price of oil.
Well, we know it's not because of the price of oil, because they bamboozled us 10 years ago on that.
So you think that these are just
corporate
the companies
profits?
who are just marking up the prices?
I really don't think so, guys.
Oh,
I really
what
don't
else
think
could
it's
it
the
be?
companies. No, because I've been warning
Layers
that
of companies, like layer of company on top of company.
Well, you got to remember that these people working at these food stores are not getting minimum wage. They're getting $5 to $10 above minimum wage, right? And when you're paying a private sector worker $20 to $30 an hour to work, you got to remember you have to make your company deductions through them for their CPP, IUI, and unemployment. So when you hire somebody for $20 an hour, you're realistically paying them $29 or $34 an hour, depending.
But where is this? So you're talking at the grocery store level?
Grocery store level.
But is this where the prices are jumping, or I don't even know the research on this? But what
I would
about
say
like
logistics?
The manufacturers and the logistics, like where are the prices jumping?
I would say in freight brokers, and I got word from Junkyard Dog, who comes on Mike in the Night, and he told me that freight brokers are ripping off the truck drivers and pocketing a lot more money than they should be for freight deliveries. We're talking huge. They used to pay, I think, $2 or $3 a mile. Now they don't even want to pay that anymore. And there's all these freight brokers that are pocketing the surplus. And when we talk about surplus, we're talking about they're pocketing an extra $8,000 to $11,000 per load.
Wait till they have the autonomous Tesla trucks.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So now we're getting deep here. Yeah.
Right.
So when they get the self-driving stuff, yeah, it's going to be a very interesting corner to hit, or see how things, we're hitting a corner. Okay. Well, let's just use the metaphor
to hit. Yeah.
We're hitting a corner everywhere we go. We don't know what's coming up the other street. We're just walking, living our lives, and then boom, the price of food goes up. But price of food needs to go up, because I made a video that I got a lot of shellac off. And that video is called, "What if the price of gas, food, and basic amenities came to a level of where housing is?" So, because housing is so severely overinflated, that what if food, gasoline, and everything actually went into level with the price of housing?
They're equally as important.
Right. But let's say like they came down, I call it down to earth.
Society would collapse.
Yes. And that's what we're seeing right now. And that's why we're seeing this public service strike, is because I don't think these people, okay, they want more money, but I think they're realizing living the 1986 Canadian dream is becoming prohibitively expensive.
Or a nightmare.
Yeah. And we have to make this clear for people watching in the United States.
A folktale.